When my wife, Amy, told me that she was pregnant, I didn't believe her. Kept on asking her, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you really sure?" It took a while for the idea that we were going to have a baby to settle in. It didn't really start hitting me until we started getting her room ready and buying things for her, that it really started to hit home that our lives were going to change forever. And with all this exciting news, there was also this bit of worry or panic going on, at least in the back of my mind, because my wife is also a medical student. So being a medical student and being pregnant, I can't even imagine the stress that would be going on. You know, just medical school alone is extremely stressful. So adding to that being pregnant, I don't know how she did it. And finally the day came. It was on a Saturday, and I think we were about 2 days away from her due date. We wanted her to get checked out to see how far along she was, and Amy said, no, I'm not ready. I don't feel anything. So we decided to go on a hike in the hills here behind the hospital to try to help move things along. And afterwards, Amy's mom and I convinced her to go get checked out to see how far along she was, and she was 7 centimeters dilated, and she didn't even know it. So we ended up staying there, and at 12:18 a.m. on February 26th, our little baby girl, Isabel, was born. And it's an incredible thing to witness the birth of your child. And during all this time that we were at the hospital, we were very disappointed and saddened by the lack of spirituality in the hospital from what we saw. It wasn't until right before we were getting discharged that the nurse pulled us aside as we were stepping out of our room and just nicely asked if she could pray with us before we go. And we were so grateful that someone finally had the courage and the desire to pray with us while we were at the hospital. It was just a very short prayer, and it just lifted our hopes for the hospital that maybe the original mission of Loma Linda is being carried out. Because this hospital is supposed to be an example for medical missionaries. It's supposed to be a training ground. And if we don't have more people praying in the hospital, what kind of witness is that to the students that are working in this hospital? It was just great to see this nurse just leading to praying with patients. So you never know. So it doesn't hurt to just offer to pray. Even if they say no, they still remember the fact that you reached out to them and you offered to pray for them. And down the line, that memory might help lead them and push them towards having a relationship with God. All it was just reaching out and asking.